Hello my fellow horror fans and welcome back to October Horror Fest. As I revealed in yesterday's October Horror Fest episode, today I am going to review Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Okay, first of all, obviously the final chapter tagline proved to be false, since another 6 sequels in the Friday the 13th series would be made. However, Friday the 13th, the final chapter is considered the best entry in the Friday the 13th series, and while my favorite is Part 2, I definitely agree Part 4 is a really good contender for the #1 spot. After the huge success of Friday the 13th Part 3, Paramount decided, because of all the bad press around Friday the 13th series, that the 4th entry would be the final film in the series, and I think this was a bad move on Paramount's part considering how big a hit the Friday the 13th series had proven to be, but at least they were smart enough to make sure the final entry would be done right. Friday the 13th, the final chapter, was directed by Joseph Zito, who had directed another cult classic slasher, 1981's The Prowler, and Tom Savini, who created the shocking makeup effects for Friday the 13th, who also did the makeup effects in The Prowler, returned to do the makeup effects for Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Friday the 13th, the final chapter, received a budget of $2.6 million, which is the biggest budget a Friday the 13th film had received up to that point. And after Friday the 13th, the final chapter was released in theaters on April 13th, 1984, it would become a major box office success, making $32,900,000 at the box office. Alright guys, I'm going to start the movie in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Okay, there's the Paramount logo. Yeah, I love the music tracks right here. This is a perfect opening. Gotta say, guys, it sucks that Paramount Pictures, in the 5 years that they had to make a new Friday the 13th, they couldn't get their act together. Because look at this old Paramount. The old classic Paramount was able to make like 4 films in 5 years, and they were all great. Yeah, for Part 4, I really like this recap. This really works. It's really well done. Have any of you guys ever seen Friday the 13th Part 4 in theaters? Please let me know down in the comments. And let me know what you guys thought of it in a theater setting, because I'm really curious. You can tell, guys, by the way this film is crafted just from the opening that this has really been... They're really focusing... You guys can tell just from the way this film opens that they're really focusing on quality, and it's great to see. Gotta say, Jason definitely builds up quite a body count in the first couple films. And he gets even bigger. Yeah, I think this is the best flashback opening in the entire series, or recap. I don't think anything's ever topped this. Even the opening for Part 7, which is pretty good. Part 4, I think, definitely has the best opening. Gotta love that hockey mask. Okay, here comes the favorite part of the... Okay, here's the favorite part of the title screen. Having Jason's mask explode and having the final chapter logo was perfect. God, I love these music tracks. It's like, I really hope whenever they get the next Friday the 13th film made, they actually go back and use these classic tracks because they still work. Gotta say, guys, like, especially the first 4 films, they really hold up. I mean, granted, I admit, I actually did like the music in the Friday the 13th 2009 remake, but I still prefer the classic tunes. I mean, these are just really creepy and they work so damn well. What film is your favorite? Guys, let me know down in the comments what is your favorite music track from which film. I admit, I think it's probably part 2 or part 4, or maybe part 7. That's one thing, part 7 has some pretty interesting tracks. Another thing too is like these opening credits, they're done so well because they're creepy too. It's like, talk about keeping the tension. I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, I think part 8 was the only one that didn't quite do that. They kind of did it a little bit less dramatic because they were actually showing shots of New York, which is kind of a shame. It sucks when they break tradition. Yeah, part 4 was the first time in the series where they actually went back to basically the location from part 3 to do additional part 4 is the first time in the series where they actually go back to part 4 is the first time in the series where they actually go back to basically the location from part 3 to continue on. And it's interesting. One thing you gotta say, Jason definitely leaves a body count. I mean, how many ambulances did they send to this scene? I'm gonna say at least 5, 6? Okay, we're approaching the barn. Yeah, I guess the medical examiner must have removed the axe from Jason's head. That must have been a pain in the butt to do, though. Imagine trying to pull that out of his head. That must have taken some force. Yeah, guys, if you've seen the work print, there's actually a cutscene where the ambulance drivers are having a conversation. It's nothing major, but I've seen a decent quality version of it. I mean, some of the deleted scenes are actually not bad. Yeah, that's one thing. It's like, why would they call this an emergency to basically collect dead bodies? I know that's kind of morbid, but is that really an emergency? But I guess at the same time, they want to get the bodies basically to the morgue as quick as possible, and I guess I could see why, because they've already been there for, I'm gonna say at least 6 hours. 10? No, wait. Let's say 12 hours, give or take, because it's already nighttime. He's not dead. Yeah, it was interesting that they were actually using a helicopter to get some of the shots. Yeah, I will say there's a lot of good cinematography. Like, I like a lot of these opening shots. Yeah, I tell you guys, it's too bad that lodge from part 3 burned down, because I would have liked to have seen it. I think the barn is still there, though, but I think it's kind of rotting away, which is a shame. Yeah, guys, apparently there's a goof. When you look at how Jason's been put into the stretcher. Oh yeah, I guess I see it right here. It looks like he's been turned around, and that's not the way he was originally put on the stretcher. Oh yeah, here's Axel and his, very creepy comment. God, that is such, morbid talk. Talking about having sex with a dead body is like, wow. I mean, granted, I don't know if he would have actually done it. I mean, this guy doesn't seem that crazy, but I think he's just stupid. I think he's just, a little morbid. I think he just has some very morbid... Okay, here's a little level... Okay, here's a lover's quarrel. Oh, Jason heard something. You can tell she definitely still has the hots for him, even if she finds him a pain in the butt. I gotta say though, Axel, you really think she was gonna try and sleep with you when you're watching that? Look at the size of that TV. That's gotta be what? 12 inches? 10? Though granted, it's a cover TV, and that's pretty impressive for the time. Because, I wonder when cover TV started to become big. Axel, you're a jerk. Way to go, man. You're trying to turn her on and you actually repel her. And you actually turn her off instead. Talk about not being subtle, eh, Axel? He might be in the morgue, but he's not dead. Yeah, this next part is kind of like, what? She actually starts making out with him. It was just like, really? By the way, that's the director of part 4 on the TV right there. Tell you, she's gotta have some low standards if she's willing to sleep with him literally next to a dead body. Granted, I've heard of more kinky things. It's like having sex in a morgue, okay. But I love that. Jason literally puts his hand on her leg and she screams. Well, how do you think she was going to react, Axel? Somebody puts their dead hand on me, I'd probably be out of there too. Axel, you should have just let her go. She clearly wasn't in the mood anymore. Yeah, she's definitely a nerve. She's definitely a wreck now. I guess I would be too after that. You can tell Axel's not exactly the best coroner, to say the least. Doesn't even shut a drawer right for the body. Axel, 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 you pervert. Gotta say, Jason definitely takes care of him in a pretty solid way. It sucks this scene had to be toned down though, because I've seen a more uncut version and it's pretty graphic. Yeah, I do wonder how Jason happened to just look in there and he found her, but I guess he put two and two together, I don't know. Yeah, there's a funny thing, guys, when they did this kill, it's actually a lot longer, but it had to be cut down because of the MPAA. And, at one point, when they were cutting, I guess her fake, when they were, while they were cutting her body, her fake body, I don't think they used, or did they use a fake body? I know they used some sort of contraption. Anyway, the hose failed or something, and there was just a puddle of blood. It was just like, oops. I've seen it in some behind the scenes stuff, and it's funny. Yeah, there's some really good camera shots. Oh, there's a classic video game. Zaxxon. Does any of you guys know what computer that is? I'm curious. I don't know. I'd like to see that house eventually if I ever get the chance. I know it's in California somewhere. Yeah, by the way, that mask Corey Feldman is wearing, who plays Tommy Jarvis, that's actually made by Tom Savini. And it's a pretty damn good mask. Yeah, guys, I've actually met Tom Savini, and I've also met Ted White, who plays Jason in Part 4. And I have some interesting stories, but I won't talk about them just yet. I'll save them till a little bit later in the movie. But I will say, though, one thing I do like about Part 4, it has a lot of good characters. Okay, here's the batch of kids. I gotta tell you guys, even the two slight outsiders, they're actually still likable characters. Maybe the dialogue's a little rough, but they're still pretty funny. Well, that's right, the guy playing Ted, I'm not sure his name. Hang on, I'll look it up. Apparently he was actually stoned during the actual movie. He actually tried marijuana. It's like, wow. Sorry guys, I'm having trouble finding his name. Just give me a second. Okay, Lawrence Monason. He played Ted. Apparently, he actually did drugs so he could try and act high. He actually decided to try it. Gotta say, that is some dedication to the role for sure. One thing I will say though, I do like a lot of the humor in Part 4. It does work. That's one thing I say a new Friday the 13th film really needs to look at. They need to look at these first 4 Friday the 13th films, and maybe to an extent Part 6, and be like, okay, these are the characters we need in a new Friday the 13th film. Characters we actually like and care about. Oh yeah, the graveyard. Ah, good old graveyard. I'm gonna tell you guys a funny story. Me and a friend once went to go pick up a TV, and I remember we went the wrong way, and we actually ended up going right by a graveyard on this very quiet dirt road, on this very quiet old road. It's just like, really? Atypical. Yeah, there's Pamela Voorhees' grave. Yeah, one thing, I don't know if this is a goof or not. You see on the tombstone it says 1979 is her death. This may or may not actually be a goof because the film came out in 1980, but it was shot in 1979, so I don't know if that's actually a goof. It's a good question, because we don't actually know the actual date in the first Friday the 13th. It just says present day, so I don't know. Ah, here's the hitchhiker. That is a perfect comeback. Ted, you got a dirty mouth. Lady, you're gonna wish you didn't stop there, that's for sure. Yeah, guys, there's a big debate here. She's about to be killed, and a lot of people think it was Tom Savini that actually does this kill, but if you look at some behind-the-scenes footage, it's actually Ted White. Like, it's interesting how there's a lot of fan confusion over this. This is a pretty damn good kill. Yeah, some would argue maybe Friday the 13th Part 4 should have just been the Jarvis family, and there is an argument for it. But at the same time, I think the movie is really well done, where it finds a very solid balance between the Jarvis family and the kids next door. Maybe the character Rob could have been developed a little bit better, but I'll discuss that more later in the film. Oh, there's good old Gordon. Yeah, I gotta say, Corey Feldman was a really solid child actor back in the 80s. He did a lot of stuff. He did Part 4. He only did a little bit of Part 5 because he had to go do the Goonies, which is unfortunate because I would have liked to have actually seen him in Part 5. That would have made the film better, but it didn't play out that way. What else did he do in the 80s? Okay, he did the Goonies, he did Gremlins. I'm trying to think of what else he might have done. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. If you guys could think of anything, let me know. Yeah, guys, the Blue House, they actually had to build that on location for the shoot because they couldn't find a location that had two good houses. And the director, I think it was the director, he really liked the Jarvis house. So he convinced the studio to let them build a house for a second house. Though apparently the house was originally envisioned to be a lot bigger, but because of budget constraints, they had to keep making it smaller and smaller and smaller, but it had to be done. Yeah, I gotta really like this girl talk, it's pretty funny. But at the same time, these two definitely have some good chemistry for friends. Like I said, guys, that's what a lot of newer films are lacking, is character development. Getting to actually know the characters. Like, you can still have kills early in the film, but you need to develop these characters before you start killing them off. Like, the character Samantha, she's not the most likable character in the movie, but she's actually still good, though. She is a good character. Sarah, I do like her, though she is shy. Yeah, Trish, she's a very solid character. She's one of the better final girls. I do think we should have learned a little bit more about Mrs. Jarvis, but yeah, it just didn't happen. But though she's a solid character too, we just don't get much of her, which is unfortunate. Oh yes, Tommy's about to get his childhood dream come to life, which I think we all wish we would have seen as a kid. He literally gets a peep show. Tommy. I don't know if Corey Feldman was actually allowed to see this or not. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. Tommy, you're being a little too loud. Of course, Mrs. Jarvis sees the show out the window and she has to ruin his fun. Though I have the funny suspicion she knows he was awake. Yeah, I like in these scenes how they're using just basically the outside natural sounds. Like that's the balance you need to find between music and no music, like no sounds at all, and just natural sound effects. Just natural sounds, like it really works. Okay, now it's the next day. Yeah, I guess Ted has a cassette player, cause I don't think CD was big yet. Wonder how many batteries though they had to go through back then to run a cassette tape. Yeah, Ted's got a point. That's right, the two girls playing the twins, I remember, one got cast and they found out, she had a twin and they cast, both, which is funny. Yeah, this next part is a false jump scare. Actually, hang on, I'll talk about that in a second. You guys can count. Good for you. I admit, this part is a false jump scare because Sarah walks off by herself, but of course, there is one major factor that keeps her alive. She's still a virgin. Though I will admit though, like, if I was seeing this for the first time, I would wonder is she gonna die or not. But granted, at the same time, I think you would know it's too early in the movie, like if she went missing, it would cause too much suspicion. But it's this is a very tenseful scene, like the music is perfect. And the actress, she's doing a solid job, like, she really acts terrified. Yeah, I have swam in a lake before, but never in really good temperatures. It's usually a bit too cold. That's one thing I would like to do though, find like if somebody tied like a rope to a tree branch and basically swing on it to jump into the water. That's one thing I've never gotten to do. Oh yeah, time for the skinny dipping. Yeah, you take off those clothes, Ted. wonder why, Tommy and, I wonder why Tommy and Trish decided to go to the lake, but... Oh, well, I guess it's not majorly important, but granted, this is a funny scene. Yeah, Tommy gets another free show. I don't think he was allowed to see any of this, but I could be wrong. Yeah, these guys are definitely party animals. It's like telling Trish to strip right in front of her brother. It's like, my God. Yep, some car trouble. Yeah, this is another majorly tenseful scene. It's a false jump scare, but this scene definitely still keeps a lot of tension. Yeah, and everything, guys, you won't see it, but there is a deleted scene where Tommy actually scares Trish with a mask that he found in the trunk. It actually was a good scene. Part of me is like, maybe they should have put it in the film, but I think it would have been an extra jump scare, and they're just like, we don't need it. And it probably was a good move to remove it. Yeah, the music really keeps this scene going. Yeah, part 4 was shot really well, like it looks really good. Ah, Sarah, Sarah, Sarah. I think we've all had our moments in our life where we're shy. Like, I admit, I don't go to parties a lot. Sometimes, but just occasionally. Granted, I'll go to the movie theater more often than anything else. Have any of you guys ever gone on, like, a family, or a trip with your friends, like, to, like, a cabin or something? I've always thought about doing that with my friends, but never happened, at least not yet. Oh yeah, this next part's so funny. Samantha's Rose. Samantha's... Samantha pulls her into the water. That's funny. I admit, right here, I think the first time I saw this, I wasn't sure if that was Jason or not. Yeah, I gotta say, Tommy's pretty smart for his age. He's very resourceful, like he knows a lot of things. Okay, this is Rob. He's actually a pretty interesting character. We don't see him too much in the movie, but he does deliver a pretty solid performance, and he has a major purpose. No, but he has a knife. Yeah, I was gonna say, you think he'd get electrocuted, but I'm pretty sure that knife is has a rubber handle. So it would insulate him from the shock. Hey, I wonder what model car that is. Do any of you guys know? Let me know down in the comments. I'm not sure. I think that's when Rob knew things were gonna go bad pretty quick. A bunch of fresh kids next door. Not good. I gotta say though, like I said, the cinematography in Part 4 is pretty good. Like, it has a lot of wide shots. Yeah, I gotta say, Tommy's a little too trusting to some people. He's just like, I'm gonna bring the stranger into the house. Like, who is this guy? Imagine that, your son brings in some random guy, it's like, hello? Okay, this is Tommy's room. All the masks you guys see were actually made by Tom Savini when he was younger. And I gotta say, that guy is really talented. I mean, I wish I could do stuff like this. I mean, maybe if I took enough training I could probably do it, but... I mean, I love some of these masks. They're so well done. Oh yeah. Tommy gets robbed right here. Yeah, there's another deleted scene right after this where Tommy pretends to chop off his own fingers. Rob's just like, oh god! He uses like this fake guillotine. No, it's a real guillotine, but he had this fake hand. Part of me wonders why they took it out of the movie, but at the same time, I guess it wasn't super important. Okay, this is where things are about to get funny. Yeah, I'm definitely starting to get interested in the record format. Like, I don't have any records, but I'm definitely considering starting to buy some. Only drawback is, though, they take up a lot of space. Oh yeah, here comes a very funny dance moment. This is like one of the most hilarious things in the entire series. Oh god, he's embarrassing himself. Thank you, Paul, save us from this. As funny as it is. Yeah, Jimbo, listen to Paul. He knows his music. Puts on something a little more romantic. And it works. Teddy, you're a little too aggressive for your own good. And here's the beginning of a lover's quarrel. That's right. The reason we don't see, oh god, I can't think of her name right now. Yeah, here's another good scene. Like I said, guys, we don't get much of Rob, unfortunately, in the film. We do get some important stuff, but... Like I said, though, some would argue this film should have either been two films separately, because you either want to see the Jarvis family along with the character Rob, or you want to see those kids. But I think this film, for the most part, does a solid job balancing everything. I'm just gonna look something up, guys, for a second. I'm trying to remember a character's name. I think it's Sarah, if I'm not mistaken. Ted, you're a jerk. Yeah, it was Sarah. She was outside with, Can't even think of his name. Boy, I'm having a blank. I think it's Jeff. See what I mean, guys? I mean, these are great scenes. That's what we need in newer films. Give us some time to get to know these characters, because they're fun. Yeah, Paul, I think you're crossing a line a little too much there. Oh, sorry guys, it was Sarah and Doug. They were actually outside in a deleted scene talking. That's why they weren't at the dance at first. That's why they weren't dancing with everybody else at first. It was actually a nice little scene, but I guess they decided they didn't need it. Yeah, you can tell she wants Paul. She doesn't care if he's already with somebody. Ted, are you sure he's the dead fuck? Jealous, jealous, jealous. Yeah, I love Jimbo's comeback right here where he actually insults Teddy by telling him to look at... Where he insults Ted by telling him to look at his own computer. Okay, I was going to talk about this at the end of the movie, but I think I'll discuss this a little bit here. The actress that's playing Samantha, she's about to go into the water in a minute, and the water was really cold. And the director of the film, Joseph Zito, he apparently had a hard time realizing what was safe and what wasn't, and when he was pushing things too far. I'll discuss it more in a minute. Yeah, this is creepy. Yeah, one thing I will say though, Joseph Zito definitely knows how to get good cinematography. Like, a lot of these scenes are dark and creepy. That's one thing I will say, like, he's a good director in terms of, like, getting good character performances, but, like I said, he had some trouble when it came to safety and stunts. Yeah, I don't know how cold that water actually is, but it was cold. Especially at night. Yeah, I gotta love these wide shots, though. They're pretty good. Okay, right now Samantha, the character Samantha, is getting into that raft, but in about, I'd say, 30 seconds or so when she's killed, half her body is actually, a good chunk of her body is actually going to be in the water, because Jason has to stab a fake torso. Anyway, the problem is the shoot was taking a long time, and she started to get super cold, and it got to the point where Ted White threatened to quit playing Jason if they didn't actually pull her out of the water and get her warmed up. And Joseph Zito, realizing he had no choice, pulled her out, and it turned out she was literally just about to get hypothermia. So it's just like, lesson learned. Listen to your stunt people, because they know what they're talking about. I admit, I've never directed anything, but even I would take safety over anything else. Yeah, it's a great death, though I admit her reaction is kind of funny. It's just like, really? That's one thing I think they could have done better. Yeah, here's something ironic. If he would have actually stayed and basically cheated on Samantha with her, he might have lived longer. He actually, dies sooner for being faithful. And that's ironic. Ah, now she sets her sights on Jimbo. See, Ted? A nice guy can actually get the girl for once. Jimbo, stop talking and just let her take you upstairs. Yeah, Jimmy, I think you should do what she says. See ya, Ted. You dead fuck. And of course, now he tries to make a move on the other sister. Granted, though, she's not getting any either, so I guess she was gonna at least try and give him a shot. I don't think so, Ted. Sorry. I think she's repulsed by you. Just like her sister. Oh, Paul. Yeah, I love the ch. God, I tell you, it must have been a bugger trying not to show how cold that water was. Like I said, I have swam in cold water, and it's so hard just to step in it. Let alone go fully in, it's like, ah! I think the coldest temperature I ever swam in water was like 22 degrees. And believe me, that's cold. It takes a while for your body to adjust. And granted, you can't stay in it forever either, otherwise you could eventually start getting hypothermia. Now, this water, though, I think was even worse. Like, I don't know the exact temperature that night, but it was pretty cold back then. It's like, I forget when they actually started shooting, but it was definitely, I think, in early spring, or... No, it wouldn't have been spring. I think it was the winter. Well... Yeah, Paul, start swimming. Of course, you picked the absolute worst spot to swim to. Ouch! Talk about a way to go. He literally gets harpooned. That would be a nasty way to go for sure. Yeah, one interesting thing, guys, you're gonna see this later in the film. Jason never actually uses the machete. That's what's crazy. It's like, this is the one film he never killed anybody with the machete. Instead, the machete's used to kill him, which is ironic. Yeah, I love these tense scenes. They work so damn well. Yeah, I don't know why Jason returned his harpoon gun. Kinda strange, but I don't know. Maybe it's a message saying, nice try. I broke your weapon for you. Oh no, wait, I'm wrong. I think that's a rifle. Jason was actually smart enough to go into the tent and break it. How did I miss that? Oh yeah, guys, there was another deleted scene with Rob after he finds Jason basically destroying his weapon. He actually turns on these motion sensors. They don't look, super legit, but apparently they were real, but they kind of look fake. It's an interesting scene, but I can see why it was removed. Anyway, let's go back to the fun part. Bed breaks. And this is where the fun begins. Oh yeah, Ted finds a film reel that contains a porno. Silent movie. You can tell everybody's definitely had quite a bit to drink. Eventually I want to get a film projector so I can actually watch old film, but just not sure when. Do any of you guys out there collect film reels? If you do, let me know like some of the stuff you guys have. Anything interesting? Carrie tries to get Tina to go, and Tina's not going anywhere. Though, ironically, if they would have both left together, I wonder if Jason wouldn't have done anything. Maybe. But at the same time, Terry leaving ends up getting herself killed. Yeah, you gotta love these wide shots. It's so creepy and so effective. Like, they're nice continuous shots, so like it definitely draws things out. Allows for a lot of build-up. Hey, she's getting some and you're not. That's kind of your fault. I mean, okay, granted, Ted's not exactly the ideal choice, so I guess I can't blame you there. Yeah, I wasn't sure what Jason stabbed her with at first. I think it was, a spear. Yeah, that kill was actually, I think, the first one in the movie that's actually technically off-screen. I mean, you see the end result, but... Oh yeah, this is where Sarah decides she wants some action tonight. No, she wants to sleep with you. If he doesn't, I would. Poor Ted, you're the only one not getting any. Okay, Mrs. Jarvis has come back. She actually decided to go for a run, and I guess she got caught in the rain. It's like, that sucks. Yeah, guys, if you actually visit the house today, it's literally pretty much the same. There's not much that's changed. The interiors are all pretty much the same. It's amazing. Imagine that place was ever for sale, boy. I think the Friday the 13th fans would fight over it. Well, I swear if I ever won the lottery, I'd probably try and buy that place. Be a nice little getaway. Tommy and Trish aren't there. Yeah, I don't know why, Mrs. Jarvis decides to go outside. It's kind of weird. I mean, I guess she was looking for Gordon, but... still, it's just kind of strange. It's like... I don't know. Yeah, she's the only, I guess, kill that's actually truly off-screen, because we don't actually see the end result. Because this is actually the last time we actually see her, and that's interesting. Yeah, you can tell it's cold out because she's actually, you can see her breath. Ironically, they could digitally remove that today, but they ain't gonna do that for this type of film. Maybe a big Hollywood blockbuster, but not this. I do wonder how Jason killed her, though. We never actually saw it. Oh, there's Sarah getting ready. Ah, poor Sarah. If only you knew the consequences of what you're about to do. Sorry guys, your mother is not there anymore. One thing I'll definitely say about Friday the 13th Part 4, it has a lot of eerie, dreaded scenes. Like, it keeps its tension and creepiness. And it works so damn good. Along with the excellent music. Yeah, Tommy, listen to her. But I gotta say though, why did Trish go outside without a raincoat? That is really weird. I mean, really, she knows it's raining. It's like, why not get a raincoat? Umbrella or something. But granted, she is looking for her mother, so... yeah, one interesting thing, guys, if you look at Friday the 13th Part 7, they accidentally somehow used a wide shot of this tent when Jason was actually approaching an entirely different style tent. I don't know why they did that. I don't know if they thought they had a shot that they didn't actually have and they were forced to basically improvise. They're just like, oh, take that shot out of Part 4, that'll work. I honestly don't know. It's just funny. Yeah, this scene is intense. There's a lot of build-up. You're like, is this actually Jason? You're not sure? Yeah, that actress must have had to literally be at the exact right spot. Yeah, she has a point, Rob. Oh yeah, here's the awkwardness after they had sex. Jimbo, why would you ask her if you were a dead fuck? She's still in there with you. If you were a dead fuck, she would have left. There you go, man. She thinks you're incredible. Yeah, Jimbo, what were you thinking? She's literally about to give you some more and you actually go downstairs just to prove a point to Ted? I would have made him wait all night. Well, at least Ted isn't a sore loser, though granted, right now, the actor is actually stoned. Guess it does help the performance, though. Yeah, you were great. Now you should have stayed upstairs. Oh, you'll find out where that corkscrew is very shortly. Yeah. Ouch. Sorry, Tina. Jason just took care of Jimmy with a nice meat cleaver and, a corkscrew of all things. Yeah, we never know what she's looking at outside that window. It's like, does she see something or not? Kinda strange. Yeah, some argue Ted White was like a ninja in this movie playing Jason. I guess Jason kind of acts like a ninja because he can really jump around pretty quick, but it's not like in Part 8 where he's like teleporting. This is like reasonable. Jason's smart though. It's like he picked the exact right window to climb. Okay, right here, this is where we find out that Rob's actually the brother of Sandra from Part 2. She was the one who gets doubled impaled along with her boyfriend Jeff. And basically Rob's knows that Jason's alive because after his body disappeared from the hospital, two other people, the two doctor and nurse went missing. And he knows that he's definitely alive, and now he's hunting him. And now he's hunting for Jason. I mean, I admit, I would like to see more out of this character, but they give him exactly what they need in terms of an explanation, and his performance is great. So I don't know how much more you can flesh out his character, but it is pretty good. Yeah, here's another tense scene. Tommy's by himself down in the basement. Yeah, all these music cues are perfect. Yeah, this scene doesn't even really set up a jump scare, it's just a very tense scene and it works. Sarah. I know you're really going to enjoy what you're about to do, but it's gonna cost you. Yeah, one interesting note, guys. The actress that plays Sarah, she had a no nudity clause, so like this is her right now in the shower, but everything you see from outside the shower where it shows like a full nudity, it's a body double, and they had no choice. Though actually, the actor playing yeah, the actor playing Doug, he actually really liked the actress playing Sarah, and he actually wanted to do the full scene with her, but she wouldn't do it, so he only got some of it. Oh, Sarah, you just sealed your fate. Okay, now it's time for Ted to bite the dust. Yeah, I think you can tell he's definitely stoned for real. Well, he definitely went all out for the part, I'll say that. No, she doesn't. Sorry, Ted. That's not Jimbo. Yeah, that's a good kill. Oh, Sarah, you just lost your virginity. Well, now you're guaranteed to die, which is a shame because you were a nice girl. Though you're lucky, Jason's gonna save you for last. At least in that house. Sarah. Well, I don't know, maybe you two would have made a good couple. Who knows? Unfortunately you won't. That's right, you start singing and it's funny. Okay, Doug, now it's your turn. Nope, it's not Sarah. Okay, here's another scene where Ted White got into a big fight with the director. Ted White wanted the actor to have shock pads on him when Ted White throws him against the wall, and apparently the director thought it wasn't necessary, and Ted White got into a pretty big fight with him over it. And eventually the director caved and got him shock pads. Like I said, the director, he really nails all his performances. Like, he gets great performances out of the cast, but when it came to safety, he seemed to have some issues. No, that ain't Paul. That's not your pal, man. Smash. Ouch. Talk about a way to go. Jason literally crushes his skull. It's like, ah! But it is a good kill. Yeah, Jason actually decided to drag out Sarah's kill. It's interesting. There's a reason you can't hear him sing. And it's not a good one either. He can't sing. Because he's dead. Samantha can't help you either. Smash! Yeah, that's a... damn. Correct hit. Yeah, this is a really good shot. Your mother's not coming back. Yeah, here's Jason being smart again. He destroys the phone line. How can he lock the door? You smashed the window. Yeah, that's one, I guess, criticism I can say is the fact that they smashed the window and they left Tommy alone. And why did they take the dog? They should have left the dog with Tommy. That's one, I guess, major criticism. Like I said, there's a couple things that holds Part 4 back from getting like a perfect 10. No, not too many. Yeah, I love these wide shots. They're so damn good. You guys should have gotten in the car and drove off. Yeah, these are some pretty tense scenes. Yeah, there's another major question mark. Rob and Trish are clearly not too far from the front door, so they can still see what's going on, and somehow Jason manages to shut the door and literally stick a body in front of it. And then somehow he gets down to the basement after. It's like, I don't know how he did it. It's not a major thing, but it's just one of those, like, how did Jason do that? Now, Rob, why would you want to go downstairs for? Oh wait, I guess the fuse box would be down there. Rat. Or was that a mouse? Yeah, these are some creepy... Yeah, these are some creepy scenes. I hope I can eventually see this on the big screen because that would be awesome. Yeah, Gordon, something spooked you, but I'd say you had good reason to be spooked. Okay, here's another major debate. Some have speculated that Jason throws Gordon through the window, but I've realized I don't think it's true because Trish would have seen Jason then when she went upstairs. So that can't be. I guess that really isn't true. I guess Gordon just got scared and jumped through the window, though we never see him again. Though I heard from novelization he actually did survive. I guess he just ran off into the woods or something. Maybe he came back the following day. But I will say though, Gordon, you were smart to get the heck out of Dodge. that's right. This is where Tommy finds the old news clippings about Jason. Yeah, again, you gotta love all the music scores. Like, it's so damn well done. Yeah, it's weird how Jason decided to move Doug's body. But at the same time, it creates a new shocking moment. Yeah, I'd be getting the heck out of there. Alright, get out of there already. Forget the knife. Forget the knife, man. Okay, here's another questionable scene. Jason literally starts killing Rob, but Rob's not really fighting back. It's like, fight back, man. You're probably gonna lose, but at least try and save yourself. I mean, someone criticized Trish should have done something, but at the same time, like, she's just freaked out. Like, she just saw a dead body in that. It's like, she's just not used to this. Also, some criticize Trish going back as stupid, but, you know, you're having mixed emotions, you're not thinking straight, so I can't really call that criticism. For all you know, any one of us could have done the exact same thing. I mean, okay, I probably would have gone out the front door, but still, I mean, you never know when you're in the actual situation. Good for you, Trish. Now, one thing I will say though, the front door, I would have just climbed over that body. Like, Jason, Jason puts Jimbo at the back door. It's like they should have put somebody at the front door. Basically, nailed somebody to the front door. It's like, I guess that's one goof. I think every freaking Friday the 13th film, somebody smashes a window. Yeah, even part 6. Yeah, Jason also went through a window in part 7. Yeah, one interesting note, Corey Feldman was saying apparently this entire shot is actually pretty continuous. And, I'm gonna tell you guys something. Ted White, he does not like Corey Feldman. He hated him back then. And, he actually told me a very interesting story when I met him. He's gonna... Okay, this entire shot is pretty continuous. And apparently, Ted White was supposed to break through the window at a certain point, and he waited. He waited like an extra 5 or 10 seconds, and he grabs Corey Feldman. And apparently Corey was so freaked out he actually got sick. He literally puked. And they had to wait and they had to go clean him up and like wait 45 minutes before they could do another shoot. It's just like, oops. Yeah, I gotta say, even though I do think Kane Hodder is the best Jason, I think Ted White is definitely a very strong contender. And he's definitely number 2. Yeah, let me know down in the comments, guys. Have you guys met Ted White? Or, anybody else from Friday the 13th Part 4? I've not gotten to meet Corey Feldman yet. I hope I do eventually. Also, did any of you guys meet Tom Savini? He's pretty great. He actually showed me some awesome behind-the-scenes footage of him putting makeup on Ted White. Yeah, this is one damn tense scene. Yeah, Jason's got one damn good axe. Yeah, I don't know how they did this scene where Trish smashes the TV monitor literally on Ted White's head. I don't know if I guess it's a fake head and body because they couldn't really do that to an actual person. Unless, well, wait, could they? I guess they could insulate his head so he wouldn't get shocked. I guess they could have done that. So I don't know how they actually did that. I don't know if it's in any commentary. Yeah, this scene is very intense. Trish, I admire your willingness to sacrifice yourself for your brother. It's like, damn. And that was close. Run, Trish. Yeah, apparently Ted White, the director had to, apparently, like, he had to go into an argument with him telling him only to run so much. It's like, why can't I run? It's like, I guess trying to get him to match the other Jasons, it can be tricky. So I think Ted White actually had a pretty, solid pace. God, that would be a nightmare being trapped like that. Yeah, I guess Trish had no other choice but to jump out the window. Or no, I should say jump through the window. I mean, boy. Ouch. Yeah, there's one little issue I noticed right here. When Trish starts to move, literally Jason starts heading back towards the stairs. Like, it takes her at least, I'm gonna say, 5 to 10 seconds to get up. Jason should have literally been there already. It's like, I don't know what Jason was doing. He didn't grab a weapon. It's probably like that's a minor pacing issue, I guess. Yeah, Tommy, you were supposed to leave. Yeah, guys, if you look at the door frame, you see those, like, you're gonna see some, like, nicks on the door frame. Apparently that was from a botched take. It's like, it's funny when you actually look at the close details, you see these funny things. Nice shot, Trish. Damn, Tom Savini does some good work. Yeah, I love Trish's performance right here. Or the actress, she does such a solid job. She's so pissed. Yeah, that must have hurt Ted White getting kicked like that so much and punched. Yeah, one interesting piece of trivia, guys. Corey Feldman did not actually shave his head. They wanted him to, but his agent basically said he can't do that in case of the fall TV pickups, in case he was cast in a TV show or something. So they actually had to have him wear this special ball cap piece or something to hide his hair. And unfortunately, it had a negative side effect. His head couldn't sweat, so he actually had a fever. He actually got pretty sick one day. So a lot of the actors went through some serious stuff on this set. I gotta say though, it was smart of Tommy to think to basically make himself look like Jason when he was a kid. It definitely confuses Jason. Yeah, that's a good shot. Hockey mask falls, and then Trish drops the machete, which is unfortunate, but at the same time, she was pretty shocked by what she just saw. And that is the money piece. I mean, Tom Savini really outdid himself. That is just, ugh. I would be in so much shock seeing that. I'd be like, what the... Tommy to the rescue. Ouch. Yeah, guys, I've actually seen a more uncut version of this scene where you see more gore, and I think the machete goes in a little bit further. I wonder if one day they would do an uncut version of Friday the 13th Part 4, but it's doubtful because Paramount is really stubborn when it comes to this. They don't want to do these, like, uncut versions. Like, I don't know why Paramount thinks that way. It's like, it would make money. I would buy it right then and there. It's like, restoring these scenes can't cost that much. I'm sure they'd have a decent profit margin. Oh, Jason ain't quite dead. Now, some debate this is probably not the best death for Jason. I mean, literally one kid with a machete was able to kill him. But you know what? It is a pretty intense scene. I mean, Tommy just keeps hitting him over and over. And I think the director and some of the people on the crew were concerned that Corey Feldman couldn't lift the machete, but he did. And this is a damn good performance. Like, you can tell Tommy wants to kill him bad. I don't know if I would have killed Jason a different way myself. I mean, I know I heard apparently they had a lot of different discussions on how to kill Jason, but this one is pretty solid. I mean, if I was going to remake the final chapter, maybe I would go a bit of a different route, but this was still good. Yeah, I do like the explanation the doctor gives why Tommy basically goes psycho on Jason. You'd be surprised what you're capable of when you're You'd be surprised what you're You would be surprised what you're capable of when you're You would be surprised what you're capable of when you're You would be surprised what You would be surprised what you're capable of when your life is in danger. I will say that much. There's Tommy. Yeah, one interesting note, guys, there's actually an alternate ending where Trish would find her mother in the bathtub dead, and she like opens her eyes like a zombie, and then Jason would try and kill Trish. It turned out I think it was just another dream sequence. They were gonna try and do that like in part 3, but they decided not to use it. And unfortunately, all the audio has been lost. They don't know where it is. But part of me wonders, couldn't they just have the original actors come back and do voiceovers? Because the actress who plays Trish, she still sounds the same. But I guess Corey Feldman wouldn't. It's too bad. Alright guys, that was the end of Friday the 13th, the final chapter. What are my final thoughts on the film? Well, I think the film is really solid. The plot of the film and the dark tone of the film's setting is really well done. The characters are all enjoyable. And the Jarvis family adds something really important to the film's story. The death scenes are all top notch, but like I said earlier in the film, this is the only Friday the 13th film where Jason does not kill anybody with a machete, but instead he's killed with it. The makeup effects used for Jason are really well done, and I have to say Tom Savini really went all out for this film. The film director Joseph Zito did a great job directing the film, though, like I said earlier, I have to give him some negativity for the way he reportedly treated the cast and how he handled certain stunts in terms of safety. I have to give some major praise to the editing team because, another piece of trivia, originally Friday the 13th, the final chapter, was supposed to be released in October 1984, but after a very good test screening, Paramount CEO Frank Mancuso moved up the release date to April 13th, 1984, which gave the editing team only 6 weeks to put the film together, and they had to work around the clock and they just barely made it. The film's music score is again really solid and really added some tension to the film. Ted White, who played Jason, did an outstanding job, and while, like the majority, I consider Kane Hodder as the best person who played Jason, but I can easily say Ted White is a very close second. And an interesting note, Ted White was offered the chance to play Jason in Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning, and Friday the 13th Part 6, Jason Lives, but he turned down both offers, and he's admitted today that he wishes he had returned as Jason. I have to give major credit to Corey Feldman and Kimberly Beck for their solid performances they gave as Tommy and Trish. In the end, even though Friday the 13th, the final chapter, was not the final entry in the Friday the 13th series, I will say this: if it had been, it would have been a worthy conclusion to this excellent series, but either way, Friday the 13th, the final chapter, is one of the best entries in the series, and one I highly recommend you guys check out. I give Friday the 13th, the final chapter, a 9.5 out of 10. Tune in tomorrow for another October Horror Fest. I'll talk to you guys later.